All right, good morning, everybody. Sleepy morning for me. I had one of those mornings where my alarm clock woke me up out of a dream, and now I am completely dysfunctional, and that's okay. I forgot how to set my screen up or anything. I tried to with StreamYard. There's like a waiting room that you go to before the main room, and I literally just couldn't figure out how to enter from the waiting room. Like, where is the go live button? There's no go live button. I'm not in the right place. So anyways, I'm a bit befuddled this morning. I have coffee. Hopefully coffee will do what it does. My getting dressed this morning was a onesie. Like, this is as far as I'm going. But that's okay. I will figure this out. It is me and Akmina this morning. Sandy will not be joining us, and that's okay. You guys are just gonna have to suffer through my rambles. But my first sprint is going to be at 5 after. So in just 2 minutes, it's going to be a 10-minute, and we are going to go ahead and stick to that 15-minute sprint, 10-minute talk for the rest of the session. So hopefully we'll all have some good progress today. Good morning, Melanie. Welcome to this hour. It is quite early. It's 8:03 here. And good morning, Binary. This onesie is super comfy. It's like, I think it's from oh god, what are they called now? Rue 21. I think I managed to find out on their website because they always have the weirdest crap. I know it's for teenagers. I don't care. If it's comfy, I'll get it. And it's gigantic. It's just like a big bag. It's a big burgundy velour bag. Exactly what I need on a morning like this. So let me know what you guys are working on. I am still doing my half writing, half editing thing. So I am going to be writing this morning and then editing for the rest of the day. I did yesterday hit my editing goal of getting to 120 pages. Oh, I'm sorry. I just had a weird click sound happening. I don't have stuff that it was like the Google click, and I don't have anything that actually makes the Google click anyway. Where I'm hallucinating. Good morning. Anyway, so I hit the one goal, but not the other. This editing is just slogging a lot worse than editing normally does for me. I don't know why, and that's okay. Melanie is moving forward with the rewrite for the first book in her YA dark fantasy. You hit 10,000 last night. Good job. Nairi, and please correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Nairi, I do not use ProWriter. If you happen to join us on our Monday afternoon show at 4 p.m. Eastern, Sandy does, but I don't use any of that software. Okay, so it is 5 after. We are going to write for the next 10 minutes, or at least get our bearings, because that's what I tend to do in this 10-minute sprint. So I will see you guys at 1/4 after. Okay, that was our first 10-minute sprint. Excuse me, I'm sorry, that was a really mean thing for me to do. I did do some writing. I feel like I got like 150 there. I'm doing that thing where, because of the program I use, I have absolutely no idea how many words I've actually written. Oh my God. I also just remembered I forgot to update my Nano yesterday. If you guys are doing Nano, let me know how you're doing. I finished already, but I have bigger goals, and I don't know if I'm going to hit those bigger goals. But also, there we go. I forgot to update my numbers yesterday. If any of you have forgotten to update your numbers, let me share the screen right quick. If I can, application window, there we go. So if you have missed a day and you want to go back and make sure that your stats are still good for it, if you go to My NaNoWriMo and then you click on stats, and you go to, okay, so here it is. And you see my last update was on the 18th. And I should actually have an update from the 19th for yesterday's sprint. Do you see how the graph looks so sad? When you do like really, really well in the beginning and then you slow down once you hit your goal, your chart ends up looking real, real sad. Also, there is this chart, which, oh no, this is not the chart that I'm looking for. Where is, oh, this one. This one is like the saddest chart ever, and it makes me look pathetic. I'm not. I had a day that I had 5,800 words. So then like everything else was more painful because of it. Anyway, so you're just going to click on this add a new update. And it is only for session. You cannot do total then. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I do remember telling you guys that I had gotten 1,000 for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and just put 1,000 in. And I am going to change it to the 19th. I don't care about all. I like that they still have the where were you writing question this year. I understand why they wouldn't take that out, but like, where is everybody writing this year? We're in a quarantine, guys. But you don't have to fill this out. If you don't do anything with the start time, end time, you're going to end up with like a really wonky number for your words per minute. But like, it's almost impossible, at least for me, to keep that up to date. I tried to last year, and I usually write about 30 words per minute. And somehow it just got stuck on like 12 words per minute. So that number doesn't do anything. But anyway, so this will be recorded for the 19th. And this chart was updated. Yeah. I feel like that number is wrong. Maybe not. Oh, whoops. Oh God, I'm hitting all the wrong things right now. Not in the screen that you're looking at, in my other thing, because I feel like this number was wrong. Probably not. I am at, did they sync up? 555627. And according to Nano, I am at 55206. So yes, I did not just write 400 words. So this number was slightly low, but that's okay, because that just means that today's number is going to be slightly high. I have no idea why it thinks I do my best writing from 8 to 9 p.m. I don't know if that's just what I've been doing my updates. I'm sitting at 3,000 words per day. This is really funny. At this rate, you'll be done on November 18th, 2020. No, I was done well before that. And actually, right now, my average word speed is pretty close to right. I have no idea why. I've done absolutely nothing to check these things. Anyways, yeah. So if you have had this issue and you need to fix it, that's how you fix it. Yay. Let's see. We are going to be going into our next sprint in 5 minutes now. I'm going to flip my screen around. Okay. I'm not actually starting this right now. This is just the default when you share screen. Okay. Drink some coffee though. Melanie got almost 300 on that first sprint. That's fantastic. I am trying to get my speeds back up. My speed has been terrible this month. I don't know. And I guess I'm just going to blame like all of the stress of the beginning of the month, but that's probably correct. And when I say blame, I'm probably rightfully blaming, but oh my God, I lost so much momentum. Oof. So hopefully I get it back. I have like a bunch of stuff that I wanted to get done today. I was going to bake today. I am absolutely like an experimental baker. I don't ever bake the same thing twice except for like holiday dishes. And quiche. I make quiche a lot, but like other than that, anytime that I'm not baking like a really standard thing, it's something that I will make once and never again, just to see if I can. So yesterday I made honeycomb toffee. So it was my first time making toffee. It was my first time making anything like caramel successfully. Last time I tried to make caramel, I failed the first time, and my roommate took over and spent like 2 hours making caramel because he was fighting with our equipment before we figured out what was wrong with the entire process. We've got an electric stove. So we have to use a fancy pot because it's an electric stove. And by fancy, I mean it's got to be a heavy bottom pot. Not super fancy, but like if you don't have one. But anyway, so I made toffee for the first time, and it was the honeycomb toffee where you toss in some baking soda and it gets real bubbly. It came out pretty good, except it's got a distinct baking soda taste to it. The recipe that I followed said to use 1 teaspoon. And if you want bigger bubbles, to do 2 teaspoons, but it's going to have a baking soda taste to it. This was only 1 teaspoon, and it still has a baking soda taste. So that was, I don't know if I didn't mix it enough. It said not to mix it too much, again, because you don't want to kill the bubbles. I do bake enough that I get that whole thing. But yeah, so I made it, and at least on the edge pieces that I've snacked on, it's got a baking soda taste, but that's okay because I am ridiculous. And the whole reason that I actually made the honeycomb toffee is that I want to make pumpkin bars with an oat crust. And I thought it would be nice to have little bits of toffee inside the pumpkin. But I didn't want it to be like rock hard, solid toffee. So that is what the honeycomb toffee is for. Hopefully the baking soda flavor will not continue through to the pumpkin filling. I know that there's a lot of hatred in the world for pumpkin spice. And I don't dislike pumpkin spice, but I feel like it's too heavy. And a lot of times in pumpkin pie, you can't actually taste the pumpkin. And it's just like a spice custard. So instead of using a pumpkin spice blend, I'm going to use a chai spice blend. And hopefully that will all balance out, or it's going to be insane. I don't know. And I'll make it this one time and never make it again to ever like perfect the recipe, because that's what I do. The other thing I do is I write segues. Oh, good morning, ma'am. We are going to write for the next 15 minutes. It is 25 past. So we are going to write until 40 past. Good luck, everybody. Okay, that is time. I didn't keep track of numbers again. I think I got like 300 there. Melanie wrote 180. She got 478 between the two sprints, so that's fantastic. Go have breakfast. And I'm glad you were able to show up today. So Melanie mentioned earlier about having a quiet Thanksgiving this year, and we all are, I hope. I'm not here to lecture you guys, but I just want everybody to be safe these holidays. I've had to cancel plans, and that's okay. It is what it is. So at my house, we're going to have, I believe, 4 of us here. So it's gonna be me and my roommate, of course, and then his mom, who is a very good social distancer, and has already been told that if she lingers, she has to drop off some cranberry sauce at my roommate's brother's house. And she has had the big talk of like literally leave it on the porch. If you go into that house, you cannot come here because we are all worried about our health. Our household is going to have a new baby in a couple of months. Not mine, of course, but we are a bit, more skittish than usual, and I don't think that's a bad thing. And then my roommate's best friend is going to be here. And he is here constantly. So he and his wife, but his wife is going out of town. So he is going to be doing Thanksgiving with us, and that is it. Usually for us, Thanksgiving is a fundraiser, a food drive that my roommate does at his bar. That he, like, when I say his bar, I mean he is he's not the owner, but he's an owner. I know I'm not good with the whole business side of stuff. He has not stocks, but whatever it is in it. So it is his bar. But normally he does this food drive that gets like 60 to 80 people at it. So normally he's doing like turkeys 3 ways and a ham and like 10 different sides, and people are welcome to bring in homemade stuff. We had to change rules a few years back because a lot of people were bringing in like store-bought stuff, and we're like, no, we're not okay with this actually. If you're going to go spend money at a grocery store, spend it on non-perishable goods. Don't spend that money to feed people in a bar. Spend it to feed people who don't have the means to feed themselves. So we get less like meal stuff, but we get better meal stuff for it because people are actually cooking more. So it worked out. There are a couple of boomers in the group who are like, oh, I'm going to bring a Kroger pie though, because Kroger pies are so good, because boomers, but that's okay. That's okay. They do always like bring a lot of like food drive donations too, so we will allow those couple of Kroger apple pies, and usually we just end up with like a whole ass Kroger pie in our fridge the next day because nobody eats it anyway. So that's what we usually do for Thanksgiving. This year we are having 4 people, possibly 5. Number 5 would be pregnant girlfriend. But she wanted to do Thanksgiving with her mother, and I put my foot down and said, well, her mother's in Savannah and we're in Atlanta, and that is a pretty big drive. So if she wants to do Thanksgiving with her mother, she can do it in Savannah, because I don't want her mother driving all the way up here and picking up whatever along the way and like the truck stops or whatever. So that's our Thanksgiving. The whole point of this is that Melanie had mentioned that she's going to miss the large spread of food. We we put our list together yesterday. We are doing a turkey and stuffing because Ken's mom and best friend both those are like their absolute essentials on Thanksgiving. I am vegetarian and Ken does not like turkey. So if it was just the two of us, we would be having a very different Thanksgiving. I will be having my tofurkey loaf because I do love my tofurkey loaf. But yeah, we're just doing it. He's really upset because I was like, well, we need to have mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes, and also this squash looks real good. Ken is very much about having a balanced meal. I'm like, I want every carb. All of the carbs I must have. Or starches. I guess starch is the right word. But we're going to do mashed potatoes and we're going to do a butternut squash. I'm sure that'll be a match as well. And then we're going to do a sweet potato pie. So it's not, the part of the starch is going to be dessert. It's okay. And then we're going to do Brussels sprouts. And that's it. And like we wrote that list. I looked at it and I was like, and his mom's going to bring a pecan pie. But we got all that stuff on that list. And Ken was like trying to get more. He's like, we need more vegetables on it. And I'm like, Ken, it's 4 people. It's 4 people. And there is a turkey, a tofurkey, and mashed potatoes and stuffing. He's gonna make a vegetarian gravy for me. And then acorn squash butternut squash, excuse me. I love acorn squash. It doesn't be butternut squash because acorns are starting to look bad. Like we have flipped on acorn squashes. And Brussels sprouts. That's more dishes than there are people. We don't need any more than that. And then I will be making deviled eggs for appetizers. And we got this jar of like goat cheese stuffed mini red peppers the other day. I don't know. We do our grocery shopping at Aldi, and Aldi, especially at holidays, but just in general, Aldi has the weirdest crap ever. This thing popped up. It said it was for charcuterie boards. It is brined of some sort. So I feel like it'd be really runny to put on a board. I'm vegetarian. I don't touch those things. I like cheese boards, so I might be like missing something here, but we have no idea what they are, but we're going to put them out for Thanksgiving and see how it goes. Ayana says that she also loves carbs. Carbs are the best. That is what it is. I don't know. I love carbs. Yeah. So it is about that time. Let us switch screen to that screen. And we are going to, of course, right for the next 15 minutes. It is right about 10 of. I'm going to call that 10 of. By the time I get going and this actually transfers, it'll probably be 10 of. So we're ready for 15 minutes. So that's going to take us to 5 after. Good luck, everybody. And hopefully this time I will actually be able to see what my word count is. All right, we are back. What are you looking at? Let me know how you guys did in the comments. But we will be doing our next sprint at quarter after. We got 2 more sprints left for today. We got one at quarter after, and then that'll take us till 9:30 my time, and then the next one will be at 9:40 my time. So yeah, 2 more sprints, another half hour of sprints. I don't know why my cat is looking at me like that right now. I did get a bunch of words written there. I'm so bad. I think I got, oh my God, I think I got like 300. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I am doing better than I actually am. I'm almost done with this scene though, and then that'll be good. I have been going, I don't know. I feel like this story is moving at a good pace, and then I look at how many scenes I have, and it seems like it's not actually, but that's okay. Let me look at something. Don't mind me and my thinking sounds. Oh, you know what? Okay, these scenes are not as long. Some of them are long, but some of them are not as long as I thought they were. So, I gotta add stuff to the front of this. Oh wow. Yoda got 498. That is fantastic. I wish I was getting that kind of numbers on these sprints, and morning is just doing to me as it does. I'm actually feeling a little bit more awake than usual though, and that's okay. As I mentioned when I started the show, I had one of those, the alarm clock waking me up out of a dream thing this morning, and I'm sure you guys have all been through that as well, and I imagine that I am not weird for always being extremely groggy for it. My body is not happy about it. I remember a lot of that dream, but the thing is, you know how you're always missing like really key details from it? I know that I was at some sort of a festival, but I have no idea what kind of festival. And we were at a place with like swimming. I remember that being part of it. Not swimming, but like being in bathing suits or talking about it. And we had some sort of an award show to go to. And I was like not Gen Pop. Like I was somehow involved in the award show. So I was supposed to like get a ride to it. And then somehow we couldn't get to our car and I got separated from my friend. And so I was just like trying to get to the award show with the hope that like things would work out. I ended up with a car. I don't know. I'm trying to follow the group out, and then suddenly like the chain gets broken on how to get there. So we're like trying to figure it out. We have cell phones, and for some reason cell phones would not tell us how to get there. We're using our cell phones to figure out how to get there. And then in like the chaos of like trying to get there, I ended up finding my friend again. I don't know. And then the Batman museum was robbed. Yeah, somebody stole all of the suits from the Batman museum. I cannot stress enough that I'm almost positive I was not at a Batman convention. Hold on, I gotta let a cat in. Come on. Oh my God, Chonk, don't be a dick. I'm on camera right now. Come on, Chonk. All right, I'm closing the door. You're not getting in. And that's how you talk to a cat. Oh my God, but she is adorable right now. I don't know. I feel like I've mentioned this on the show before, but I inadvertently trained them to watch TV. Not inadvertently. I inadvertently trained them to see my room as a safe space, but I deliberately trained them to watch TV by putting those cat shows on. I did it to calm them. But now they just watch TV a lot. Her, not so much, because our main TV has a heat source directly below it. By heat source, I mean like a sound system thing that emits heat as most electronics do. And she loves it. So she doesn't watch that TV. But of course, here she favors my bed and she will watch this TV. How did the rest of you do? What is everybody working on today? I feel like Melanie told me what she was working on, and now she has left us. So I feel like I don't know what anybody is working on today. Yes, because Melanie was working on her YA series. I am working on my aliens. This is an alien morning, and then I'll be having a demon afternoon, because that is my life right now. I've got something crinkly in my hand and it's getting her. I'm sorry, it's just one of those mornings. I had to pause in the middle of that last sprint to come up with a demon race, or an angel. No, oh my God, words. What are words? An alien race. Coming up with alien races is always a challenge, because I don't want them to sound dumb, and they all sound dumb. And I don't know. Like, I always wonder if I was to be reading a book by some unknown indie author, and I came across Klingon and Ferengi and Vulcan, if I'd be like, those are the dumbest names I've ever heard before. Or if they only sound good because, right, do they only sound good because they're already in our heads and we just know those as fictitious alien races? Or if they're actually good names. And a lot of writers are just really bad. Ooh, excuse me, a lot of aliens are just really bad at naming aliens. The cat just got blurry, sorry. I don't know. And I don't read a ton of sci-fi. I'm actually reading sci-fi right now, but of course the sci-fi that I'm reading is not, there are only humans, there are no aliens. It's just it's 3,000 years in the future, and they are off in space on an adventure. So there are no alien races for me to compare to there. And the alien romance that I do occasionally read for research, they're mostly terrible names. I don't know. Or do they, you know what? They probably, well, you know what? I'm going to say this is not true for Star Trek. I thought of, Avatar and the Na'vi, and I was like, Na'vi's not a bad name, but also they probably test marketed that hard, because that would have had such a budget that let's go ahead and ask 100 people which of these sounds best for an alien name. That probably didn't happen in the original Star Trek though, or the original Star Wars. I don't even remember alien names from Star Wars. It's okay. Star Trek had the big one. So Yoda is working on a middle grade novel, kid detective type thing. Is it a contemporary or historical, or is there any sort of science fiction or supernatural elements in it? I like to have all of the details. I'm one of those people. I don't need the entire plot, but I need to know exactly where it's going in the whole scheme of things. I do like the kid detective stuff, but that's got such a wide range. I was thinking Harriet the Spy, but that is a very different thing than what you would see in anime and stuff like that. So yeah, I just like to know. It is 1:15 though, so let's go ahead and do our next sprint. There we go. We are going to write for the next 15 minutes, and it is 1:15, so I will see you guys at 1:30. Good luck. Okay, that was the end of that sprint, and I am just going to pop over right quickly to finish this last sentence. Illogical. That was what I needed to finish that sentence. Hey, Nikki, thanks for joining us. Let me know how y'all did in the comments. Yoda is writing contemporarily, not contemporarily. He's also writing contemporarily, but he's writing contemporary. Fairly straightforward. I wanted to write a Kid Gumshoe story, and it's turning out to be more like Sherlock Holmes. That works for me. I think it's especially now, like that's a pretty hot genre right now, I think. So it's not kid, certainly, but one of my favorite movie of the last, I don't know, we're going to say 2 years because everything like ceased to be in 2020. So I didn't really watch any new movies this actual year. But my favorite movie of 2019 was Knives Out, which if you have not seen Knives Out, it is a very like old school style murder mystery where you have that detective investigating an extremely convoluted. I guess the murder itself. Well, no. I was gonna say the murder itself wasn't very convoluted, but then I remembered, and yes, the murder itself. It's sometimes when these things get worked out, and you finally know exactly what happened, you stop and you think, I don't think that's how that would actually happen. Where you think that the murderer expected way too many things to go their way, and somehow it did. I feel like in Knives Out, I've watched it like 3 times, but again, it's early and it's been a little while since I watched it last, and it was so convoluted in a delightful way. But it was so convoluted in the end that it did work out that the murder victim was still murdered, but not in the way that the murderer intended for him to be murdered, because again, the person's plan for murdering the victim was so wacky that it didn't play out how they thought it was going to, but the victim still ended up dead. And they were still ultimately the murderer. So yeah, if you have not seen Knives Out, it is hilarious. Also, if you've ever seen, I always compare it to Clue. If you've ever seen the old movie Clue based on the board game, it's Tim Curry and Madeline Kahn, and oh my God, there's so many good actors in it. Chris, what is his last name? The one who played Doc in Back to the Future. There's so many good actors in it. It's like one of those all-star casts from that time frame. But like very much that like borderline slapstick comedy, but Knives Out is done for a more modern audience. And it has, I'm blanking on names again, but it has, I believe it was the last James Bond as the detective, Christopher Lloyd, thank you, as a Southern detective, and he has the worst Southern accent imaginable, but like in the best way. So yeah, if you're looking for a movie recommendation, Knives Out, and it's on. Last time I watched it, I think it was on Daniel Craig. Thank you. You go on those rambles and like all those things that if you're just like sitting around thinking, just right out of the brain. But yeah, so it was on Amazon Prime, I believe, a couple weeks ago for free, like included in Prime if you have Amazon Prime. So, yeah, if you need like a little break from your writing or whatever, that is a great movie. I have a friend, they've got that thing where you pay like, I don't know if it's like $30 a month or what, but you get basically unlimited movie theater tickets. As she saw Knives Out, I believe 17 times. She did a similar thing with the last Star Wars, as evidence from one of our previous breaks. I don't remember if it was the last one or the one before that. I am not a Star Wars person. I am a Star Trek person. I am absolutely not one of those like feuding where just automatically Star Wars is terrible because Star Trek is good. Star Trek just appeals to me more for how, because they're different shows. They're different. They both take place in space, but the actual content in them, one is action and one is more drama. So I like the more drama of Star Trek. But yeah, so I have not seen the last Star Wars movie. I know the entire plot to it because my roommate is really big on Star Wars. And I am the one he can go to do all the spoilers to get them out of his system because I'm probably never going to watch it. And despite all that, I do make a lot of Star Wars themed cakes again for him. It is what it is. It's okay. I'll make a porg. I'll make a chewy. I'm happy with these. Not at the same time because I know enough about that movie to know that Chewie got along with the porgs, but also apparently ate the porgs. So yeah. Gosh, I'm having one of those mornings. This is like my third in a row without a co-host. And oh my God, I wish I could get my camera to my other cat right now. He is on the ground. This is where he normally is. If you've watched enough of our shows, you might have noticed that the bigger cat is usually right here and she's about to roll off the bed. He jumped up on my bed. I also have a fairly high bed. I don't know if you could tell from this. If you've ever wondered why it looks like I'm really low to the ground, it's not. I've got a really high bed. And he is very fat and weak and short-limbed. Like he's got like munchkin limbs on a Maine Coon body. So he already, like he can't see up here. He has to like jump halfway before he can even see up here. He did it a couple minutes ago and saw that she was here and got real upset. And so he curled up on some clothes on the floor. He's looking at me right now. But like in a really adorable way. But anyways, he's absolutely watching the TV right now. But he does this thing where like his bottom lip sticks out a little bit and it's just a little bit cuter for it. That is my cat ramble for today. Apparently we're having some of those right now. But the good news is it is about that time. So this is going to be our last sprint of the day. We are going to go for another 15 minutes. It is about 20 of right now. Excuse me. Ooh. Excuse me. We are going to go until about 5 of, and then we'll do some final farewells and checkouts, and I'll let you guys know where to go from here. So I will see you guys in 15 minutes. Get those words in. All right, we are back, and that was the last sprint for this morning. I ended up getting, oh gosh, remember earlier when I put in a new number for my word count for yesterday? I'm going to go back. I know I was off slightly. That was 55,206, and I feel like it was more like 55,4. I'm at 56.8 now. So I got about 1,400 for today's sprints, and that is a good start for today. I am planning, I do have that other story that I am working on that I am editing. That is, I am at page 119. I had said I wanted to get to 120 yesterday. I'm at page 119 of 214. I'm about halfway there, and I would love to get at least another 30. I would love to get 40 pages done on this. That would take me to 160. And that would get me, that's almost half of what I guess what I'm missing right now is about 100 pages. So if I wanted to get half and half, it'd be 50 and 50. I just want to get 40 done on it today. I'll probably get more like 30, but big goals. Yeah. So that is everything for me today. Again, let me know how you guys did. And in the meantime, there are hopefully more sprints going on. There are. So Athena is sprinting again today. If you went there yesterday, she is there again today. There's also another one that let me see if it is actually running. I like to be able to check that. Come on, load. My computer's being grouchy today. It is what it is. Yes. So Katie Ann is doing sprints today. She says she is doing Pomodoro sprints today. Pomodoro is a productivity method that I guess our word sprints are all kind of based off of. We're just a modified version of it usually. Pomodoros are 25-minute sprints. They're for general productivity. They don't have to be writing, but it is a general productivity method where it is a 25-minute productivity sprint and then a 5-minute break and then a 25-minute productivity sprint. And you do that for however long you need to. Again, it's just like with the word sprints, we're giving yourself that little break. It makes you more productive during the actual productivity side for it. Pomodoros just happen to be a very, very regimented one. Obviously, we are kind of like that, but we've got longer breaks in it, but we are a fairly regimented sprint here at Word Stitch. But yeah, so if you want to do Pomodoros, you can go to that one. And if you are just looking for your more standard sprints, I know everybody's going pretty heavy on the sprinting right now, but that is Athena's, which should be starting momentarily. And then it looks like Nikki. Oh no, nope. Ignore that one that I just posted. Can I retract that? No. I can put myself in timeout and I can block myself. I don't want to do either of those. And it looks like Athena is not running today. So if you do want more sprints right now, it is Kitty Ann's Pomodoro sprints. And then Nikki is streaming today with Sako. Nikki, do you have a wrench? Can you post that? I don't know who all has wrenches right now. If you can, though, feel free to post it. If not, just let us know whose channel, if it's going to be your channel or Sako's channel. And with that, I am going to leave you guys for the day. Next week, we are on our regular schedule. We'll be doing Monday afternoon, and then we'll be doing Tuesday, Thursday, Friday mornings, doing this final push for Nano. I don't know if I'll be doing. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing. I don't know why I'm even thinking I might not do Thursday. Yes, I will absolutely be doing Thursday. If you want to do an 8 a.m. Thanksgiving sprint, I'm here for you. So good luck, everybody, with your nano goals today, and I will see you Monday.